Hey everybody, what's up? I'm your girl, B Sparrow, Buzz Tweet Talk Radio. Welcome to Buzz Tweet Talk Radio. This is the podcast where we bring you the latest buzz and trending topics from the world of social media. We're here to keep you in the know. So whether you're a social media influencer, business owner, or just a regular user, we've got you covered. Each episode will bring excitement, and we'll be diving into the most talked about tweets, memes, and viral videos, and exploring the stories behind them. Join us as we explore the wild, weird, and wonderful world of social media on Buzz Tweet Talk Radio. Buzz Tweet Talk Radio. Listen, talk, buzz, tweet. All right, it's your girl, B Sparrow, and I'd like to thank you for tuning in. And y'all know I just have to check my sound right quick, because sometimes I'll do a full show and my mic will be closed. Okay. I think I sound okay. Let me hear my voice and then I'll start my story. All right. So we're talking about transgender women that compete in women's sports. I always thought that wasn't fair, and I still believe that it's not fair, because as we all know, men are much stronger than women physically. Most men are stronger than women physically and sometimes mentally. Y'all get it? But the House has banned some transgender women for competing in women's sports. And I think that's the best thing since sliced bread, because people are walking around here like that's a normal thing for a man who wants to be a woman, who believes that he was supposed to be a woman, to compete against a natural woman. For a man, a natural born man, to want to compete against a natural woman, I think that's mental. I think that is mental. Transgender athletes whose biological sex assigned at birth was male will be barred from competing on girls' or women's sports teams at federally supported schools and colleges under legislation pushed through by House Republicans, checking off another high-profile item on their social agenda. It appears to me that the Democrats are the ones with the social agendas, because they are the ones who think that it's okay for a transgender woman to compete in women's sports. It is the Democratic Party that is pushing this. The bill was approved by a 203 party line vote, and is unlikely to advance further because the Democratic-led Senate will not support it, and the White House said President Joe Biden would veto it. Supporters said legislations which will put violators at risk of losing taxpayer dollars is necessary to ensure competitive fairness. They framed the vote as supporting female athletes disadvantaged by having to compete against those whose gender identity does not match their sex assigned at birth. Opponents criticized the bill as ostracizing an already vulnerable group merely for political gain. So these Democrats are more worried about harming the transgender woman than the natural woman. You get it? You get it? The House action comes as at least 20 other states, including North Carolina, imposed similar limits on trans athletes at the K through 12 or collegiate level. Because if a natural woman doesn't want to compete up against a transgender woman, she shouldn't have to. If she doesn't want to. And most women do not want to compete against a man. Men are much stronger. Of course they're going to win every time. Just like the swimmer. What's his name? I forgot his name. Lance something? I forgot his name. The swimmer that was allowed to compete. This transgender swimmer that was the transgender woman that was allowed to compete against natural women. Well, there's a sorority that is stepping up and has sued their school for allowing a transgender woman to join their sorority. The University of Wyoming. They suing the school because they said the school allowed a transgender woman to join their sorority, and a lot of the times when they're in his house, they can see that he have hard-ons. They say that when he sit down and talks to them, he have to put a pillow over him to cover up his hard-on. Now, a group of female students is suing the University of Wyoming after it accepted a transgender woman into their sorority. 7 sorority sisters from the Kappa Kappa Gamma house claimed they were made uncomfortable by the new admittee on several occasions. The women who were not named in the suit have sued the university as well as the new member, Artemis Langford, who is 21, and he joined their chapter on September in 2022. The lawsuit alleges that the women felt uneasy by Langford, referred to under the male pseudonym Terry Smith in the suit, after he allegedly stared at them without talking for hours, just sitting there staring. One sorority member walked down the hall to take a shower wearing only a towel, and she felt an unsettling presence, and she turned and saw Mr. Smith watching her silently. See, some of these men are so perverted that they'll pretend to be a transgender woman just to get in the locker room, if you know what I mean. The plaintiffs allege that the National Kappa Kappa Gamma sorority, the sorority's national council president, and the new member all pressured the local chapter to breach sorority rules. The women said they felt intimidated to induct Langford into the house. An adult human male does not become a woman just because he tells others that he has a female gender identity and behaves in what he believes to be a stereotypically female manner, the lawsuit claims. However, the women's claims have been shut down by Carrie Cottrell Poole, the executive director of the sorority. Poole told the Associated Press that the lawsuit contains numerous false allegations without specifying them. She added that the sorority does not discriminate against gender identity. The lawsuit also alleged that Langford behaved inappropriately around her sorority sisters on numerous occasions, including once when he had an erection visible through his leggings. Other times, he has had a pillow in his lap, the lawsuit adds. Smith, Langford, repeatedly questioned the women about what vaginas look like, breast cup sizes, whether women were considering breast reductions and birth control. He asking them what vaginas look like in hopes that one of them would show him. The plaintiffs also alleged that the sorority ignored official bylaws when including Langford or inducting Langford, and instead referred to a 2018 guide for supporting our LGBTQIA members that says Kappa Kappa Gamma is a single gender organization. When did they add the IA to the LGBT community? And what does it stand for? What does IA stand for? I need to know. The guide notes that the sorority accepts both women and individuals who identify as women. The women are asking a judge to void Langford's Kappa Kappa Gamma membership and award unspecified damages. The Post has reached out to the University of Wyoming and the university's Kappa Kappa Gamma sorority for comment, but apparently no one has responded. Y'all, let me know what y'all think about this. Like, comment, subscribe, or don't. I don't care. It's your girl, B Sparrow. Buzz Sweet Talk Radio. The No Audience Podcast for the scattered till he gather the sons and daughters of the diaspora.